こんにちは、日本語レベル4。今日は漢字の勉強をしましょう。この漢字は多分もう見たことがありますね。でも今回は復習ですね。So today we're going to be reviewing some kanji. You probably have seen these, but maybe they're a little weak, or maybe you were in a semester when we didn't actually get to these. And so we're going to try and teach them to you so that you can recognize them and follow along. All right, so the first one looks like this. And you can't see it. There it is. Here's the first one. I'm going to write it out stroke order style so you can see it. Ichi, ni. So it looks like the kanji for 8. San, yon. This kanji is for minute. It also is the kanji for part. And it's actually also the kanji for, I already wrote it in Japanese, wakarimasu, or understand. Which probably seems like kind of weird, like why is this one kanji meaning all of these things? I think its core meaning is actually from part. And what is a minute? It's a part of an hour. And what is understanding? Well, that one's a little bit of a stretch, but if you can break it down into its different parts, then you can figure it out. That means you understand it. So you can break it down and so into its parts. And so that's wakarimasu. In wakarimasu, it actually only replaces the wa. So you're going to write wa with this, and you're going to write karimasu in hiragana. So it actually only replaces one part of the entire verb. All right, so the way we read this, of course, is fun, and then all the variations of that, including bun and pun. So we have bun and pun and fun. And then it also can be read as wa. And I do believe all of those are considered, I might be wrong. This may be, this was supposed to be in katakana because that's considered the onyomi. Fun. Oh, I just this is funny. I'm leaving all of this. All right, so fu, pu, bu, All right. You probably noticed I was writing the fu in katakana and then I was writing the in hiragana. So yes, your teacher even makes that mistake too, just like you probably do. All right, I'm going to add in the arrows, the yajirushi. Hai, kore desu. All right, so that is kanji 1. Feel free to pause as you finish up your notes. And pause as you're watching this video as you need. We are going to make our way through 5 different kanji that you need to learn how to read and write, and then 2 kanji that I want you to be able to recognize. So that's one that you need to read and write. Here's our next one that you need to be able to read and write. So this kanji means go. It has to do with going, it has to do with travel, it's go. And so of course you probably already know how to read this one. It can be read as I, as in ikimasu. And just like on this one, it only replaces one part of the verb. It's only going to replace one part of this verb too. It just replaces the I. So that's why it's just I right here. And then it can also be read as coal, coal, coal. That's the coal in Yoko, travel. Yoko. All right, and then here's how to write it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is the kanji for go. In my mind, it kind of looks like someone's pointing that direction down that way, and these lines kind of like show you moving in that direction, but I digress. All right, here is our next kanji. This kanji is the opposite of go. This one is come. So we're going to do the kanji for come. Come here. That is the kanji for come. It also can mean future, and we also use it kind of to mean like next, but it only really means next as in the future. Like the thing that is to come, what is to come, and that's the kind of the connection to come. In lots of languages, come and future are related words because of, you know, the future is what's about to come. All right, and so you read this as ki, or as rai. Ki or rai. Both of those are readings that you'll be using it with. Ki and rai. Ki is for related to come. Kimasu. So it's the ki and kimasu. So when I write that verb, I'm really going to write it like this. Kimasu. All right, so let's write it out stroke order style. As you can see, it's kind of based around the kanji for tree. It just has 1, 2, 3 extra strokes that we write first. So we're going to write 1, 2. So that's the kanji for 2. Oh my gosh, I totally messed up, didn't I? I got distracted. I was like, that doesn't look right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 strokes we write first. And now you're just going to finish out by writing the kanji for tree on top of that. There you go. And that is the kanji for come or future. Here are the arrows. The times we're going to use this for rai is to like talk about next week or next year. Raishu, rainen. We say rai in those cases. The word for future, mirai. So we will hear rai a lot. All right. Moving on. The next kanji that I would like you to know, you may already recognize that. So this is the kanji for child, kid or children, and we're going to read that as ko. We don't need any other reading for this for our purposes. Officially, this is considered to have 3 strokes, although most people just in handwriting and writing quickly will write it probably with just 2 strokes, but it's officially like that. Officially, but of course when you saw me write it up here, I wrote it as 2 strokes. It's kind of up to you. Most people just, I think, end up writing it in 2 strokes just because it's fast. Like that basically ends where the next one starts, so here we go. So that is child. Cool. Now I'm going to remind you, can you maybe click pause? Can you remember the kanji for woman or female? Can you remember the kanji for female? This is the kanji for female. And what we're going to learn next is we're actually going to be mashing these two together to make a new kanji. So we're going to have female on the left side, make it really skinny so it can fit, and put child on the right side. Again, you make them a little smaller so it fits into the same size box as any other kanji. And this means like. Like as in ski. But just the su part, because of course it's got to be complicated. So the reading for this is su, as in suki. So just the su part of suki. It has some other readings, but we really don't need those for our purposes. Feel free to look them up, but we don't really need them here. And so basically this one, the stroke order is going to just be the stroke order for female and the stroke order for child. I'll go ahead and do it out for you. So ichi, ni, san. I did that kind of big. Yon, if we're being official. Go. What is that? That's Jadlucky getting distracted. Hey. So this. Hey, kore desu. And that is like. So if you want to write that you like something, you can say Watashi wa ramen ga suki desu. So we have just the kanji here for the su part, and then we write ki in hiragana right there. So, watashi wa ramen ga suki desu. All right, and that actually takes us all the way through the chapter 8 kanji in the textbook. Some of you probably have already seen these once at least, but I'm just kind of reviewing them in case anybody might have missed it, either due to COVID or some other reasons. Because each semester I kind of end up teaching a little bit different and hit different things differently. So the last thing that I do want to highlight for you are two kanji that I want you to be able to recognize. That means you don't need to learn how to write it. You just need to know how to recognize it. One, you probably, if I write it, you'll probably be like, oh yeah, we see that all the time now. Do you recognize that kanji? That is the kanji for hour or time or a clock. So if I write like this, sanji. So its usual reading is going to be ji for you guys, but it also can be read as toki. So if I want to write toki doki, I can write like that, where this symbol represents that I want this kanji duplicated right here. So toki doki, we just repeat it. So that's toki doki, toki doki. All right, and then the other kanji we actually just saw here in this sentence. I want you to be able to, the textbook wants you just to be able to read it, but I want you to be able to write this one. It's not that hard. This is the kanji, of course, for watashi. Ichi, ni, san, yon, go, roku. And finally down here all together. All right, and that is the kanji for watashi. It's pretty easy. Yes, that's basically like a skinny, tall mu in katakana. And that's basically a tree, but first you draw a little line on the top. And that's it. That's watashi. All right, I hope that wasn't too much for you. I'm going to zoom out so you can maybe see most all of the page. And you can pause right now if you want to see all of this together. Let me click the focus. And now it's like even more out of focus. I don't know if I clicked that. There we go. All right, and yeah, good luck studying. Take care.